morning, everyone. It's Lara out here with Adventure Yoga. It's a beautiful morning out here on the Loma Alta Trail in the Rincon Mountains on the southeast side of Tucson, Arizona. So we're going to be doing a little short 10-minute or so long hip opening morning energetic practice. So I'll be probably taking vinyasa, but you're welcome to leave those out and instead take a child's pose. Here we go. So come to a nice, comfortable seated position. And just take a moment to just come into your breath, just finding your inhale and your exhale. Softening your shoulders down your back. Softening the muscles in your face. Maybe drawing hands towards heart. And just continue to find inhale and exhale through the entire practice. As we make our way onto hands and knees, moving right into cat and cow, traveling with our breath. So as you find your inhale, drop your belly, arch your back, and then exhale, round your back, pressing the earth away. Just getting all that nice fresh blood through your spine, warming up your belly, and finding some freedom in your movement. Maybe moving into hips and shoulders if that's something that feels right to you. So above all else, this is your practice, and yoga really teaches us to tune into what our body needs. Pressing back to child's pose, stretching into your low back. And creating a sense of space in your underarms and upper back by keeping your arms nice and straight forward. As you find your next inhale, come all the way back to table pose. And find extension through the right leg and the left arm. Really drawing belly to spine for balance, and then reach back for your foot or ankle. Getting a nice little back bend. Continuing to find a breath. And then inhale, moving back into extension. Exhale, release back to table and walk your hands about a foot in front of you. Lowering your forehead on your exhale all the way down to the earth, keeping elbows off of the earth. Getting a sense of space and length in your spine and openness in your shoulders in this extended puppy pose. Walking your hands back underneath your shoulders. This time as you inhale, find extension through the left leg and the right arm, continuing to draw your belly towards your spine, keeping that nice, strong core engagement. Reaching back for your left foot or ankle, finding that nice little back bend. Finding breath as you inhale back into extension, and then exhale, table pose, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, and pressing back into downward facing dog. So in down dog, we want to keep fingers spreading wide, finding some freedom again in your movement. What feels good to you? Pedaling out your feet, taking your hips side to side. As you inhale, find extension through your right leg and open your hip. Looking underneath the left shoulder, catching a glimpse of the sole of your right foot. So we get a nice little stretch in the side body, keeping our shoulders square. And then exhale, draw the right toes to the top of the mat. Shoulders stay back, chest stays forward. Find a nice rocking motion, again, creating that sense of space in your body. Setting the left knee down on your inhale, move into Anjaneyasana, half crescent moon. Drawing the right hip back, belly in, and as you exhale, clasping your hands behind you, melting shoulders away from your ears, taking a little slight back bend. Stretching through the muscles in your chest, and then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Again, maybe you decide that your body needs a little bit more and you want to pedal out your feet. Neck should be completely relaxed, gazing back towards your navel. And then inhale, left leg finds extension. Here, open the hip, keep your shoulders from twisting. Get that nice stretch through the side body. As you find your exhale, draw the left foot to the top of the mat. Again, finding that nice movement in your runner's lunge, driving the left knee forward and the right heel back. And then taking your right knee down to the earth. Inhale, arms rise, half crescent moon. Belly drawing in for stability. Just enjoy that breath as you exhale, hands clasped behind you. Opening through the heart, through the muscles in your chest. Deep inhale. And then exhale, coming back in a downward facing dog. And that nice lift in your tailbone, bending the knees. We often think that our heels have to touch the earth, but they don't. We just want a nice straight line in our back as you walk your hands all the way back and inhale all the way to stand, finding extension in your spine. Exhale, hands clasped behind you. We'll take that nice little heart stretch from standing. Stretching through the muscles in your chest and your collarbone. And then coming to the top of the mat. Rooting and grounding down through the feet. Arms rise on your in-breath, lengthening through your spine. And sending the left toes and then left heel down, opening up into a nice strong warrior two, shoulders soft. We're not leaning forward, we're nice and neutral in our back, legs are strong. We should have a front heel to back arch alignment. Front knee is over your ankle. You should look down and see first and second toe. Moving on your inhale to reverse warrior, keeping the legs strong and rooted and true to your posture, belly helping sustain this. Exhale, flowing right into a nice modified right angle pose. So right elbow gently resting on right thigh. Feet still drawing in towards the earth and towards each other. And then taking the left hand down and inhaling the right arm up, keeping your belly nice and strong, holding you in this gentle twist as we also release any tension from the hips. Now at this point you have the option to follow me in the video through vinyasa or take child's pose or downward facing dog. This is your practice, so you decide what's best for you, and one option is not better than the other. Pausing for a few breaths in dog, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale right on it, back to stand. Exhale, once again, moving into that heart opening stretch. So it's very energizing to release tension from our chest, from our throat, from our collarbone. And coming back to the top of the mat, grounding our energy down through our feet, dropping the tailbone. And as you find your inhale, arms rise, coming back to lengthen spine. Stepping back this time with the right toes, right heel comes down. Moving into your strong warrior two on the other side. So once again, we have heel to arch alignment. Belly draws in, shoulders stay soft, turning the palms up. Finding breath. Inhale, moving back into reverse warrior, stretching through the side body, keeping that front leg strong and true to the posture. Sometimes we tend to straighten that leg, so we want to keep it nice and at that nice angle. Left elbow moving to left thigh, right arm coming at that diagonal in our modified right angle pose. Legs are strong, feet are grounded. Exhale, right hand comes to the earth, left arm finds extension, belly drawing back towards your spine. So we keep that core engaged, especially in our twists. Left hip drawing back, and then stepping back, moving through vinyasa as you lower through chaturanga dandasana into up dog and down dog. And of course, always using that option that's available to you in your practice of opting out of vinyasa and instead taking child's pose or just down dog. Tilting the tailbone towards the sky in downward facing dog. Stepping the right toes forward and then pivoting towards the center of your mat. We're going to take a nice wide angle forward fold. So we want to find a lot of release in your neck. You have the option to leave your hands on the earth or clasp them behind you, melting the shoulders away from your ears, keeping your feet rooted and grounded. That's your solid, stable foundation. Legs are strong. Big toes slightly pointing in. As you engage your belly, coming all the way back to stand. We'll begin taking some balance. So if you wobble out of balance, it's not a big deal. Just keep coming back into it. Arms rise. We'll move into eagle pose. Crossing the left elbow under right, palms touch. Find lift and space as you take elbows to shoulder height and then cross the right knee over left. Maybe you even hook the right toes behind the left calf, really finding that stability. So your left knee is bent, you're sitting back in your hips. Tailbone's tucked. Releasing the right foot into the right hand. Zipping up the muscles of your belly, find an extension through your left arm. Taking baby dancer. If you're a wobbly dancer today, it's no big deal. It's practice, so just keep coming back to it. We'll take these two postures on the other side. Following your breath as leader, inhale, arms rise. And this time we'll exhale, taking the right elbow under left, palms touch. Elbows lift to shoulder height, sit back in your hips and cross left knee over right. And take the left toes behind your right calf. So again, we're now sitting back in our hips. All of our weight is on the right leg. Tailbone tucked, belly scooping. Finding openness in the back, finding breath. Arms rise on the inhale, catching your left foot. Zipping up your belly, moving all the way into extension in that nice baby dancer. Finding openness. So this is a nice back bend, a nice leg strengthener. And slowly and with control, release back to stand. We'll begin to close our practice here. So grounding down through the feet, bending your knees, dropping your hips, moving into malasana or squat pose. I like to take my elbows on the inside of my knees and gently press the inner thighs apart. And then coming down to your seat, soles of your feet pressing together. If that's too tight on your hips, again, you can sit on a blanket or take your feet further out in front of you. Find the shoulders soft, the muscles in your face and your jaw soft. Come right back to the rhythm of your body and your breath. As you exhale, coming onto your back. Taking your feet hip width apart. If you're not sure where hip width is for you, take your feet together, separate your heels, and then parallel your feet. So find a nice lengthened spine. We have no arch between our back and the mat. Start to ground and root your energy down through your feet. Shoulders soften and then lifting your hips off of the earth. Walking your shoulder blades towards each other. So just take it nice and easy. Releasing through your glutes. We're not over gripping our tailbone. Maybe even using your hands as a little support so you can take a bit of a supported bridge. Continuing to root down through the heels and balls of your feet. Still breathing. This is one last energizing back bend and heart opener. As you find your exhale, lower your back onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Draw your knees into your chest. Maybe take your knees wide and circle your feet and ankles. And then reach in between your knees, taking hold of big toes or feet or ankles, and press the soles of your feet up towards the sky, moving back into happy baby, just rocking side to side. And working the soles of your feet back to the earth, arms come out like wings. As you exhale, drop your knees to the right, head turns to the left for one final twist. Softening and slowing your breath. Keeping your jaw soft and your eyes soft, moving your knees over to the left, head turns to the right. So the video will end here momentarily, but I would like you to set aside about 3 to 5 minutes after this gentle twist to stretch out in a full body stretch and take a final posture, Shavasana, the most important posture in our practice. Namaste.